Hey, this is Dr. Yates. Just wanted to talk a little bit more about hair transplants. And this is my good buddy Neil. We know each other very well now.
Yeah, good day, Dr. Yates.
Good day. So he's back in for a follow-up visit. And as you know, we like to shoot a lot of video because what do I always say? On a picture, you can make somebody's hair look as good or as bad as you want to. So we want to show live videos to show you what our work looks like. So to really appreciate what's going on, this is a picture of Neil 3 years ago. Okay, let me just, is that you?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so just come on in and make sure you guys can see this picture. Okay, and so what this picture shows is that this is a nice looking man, but he has no hair up here. Okay, and I always say my tagline is more hair is always better. And not to say that people don't look good when their hair is thinning, but the reason you have hair is to frame your face, so you just see this part of your face. So now let's just concentrate on Neil now. So we look at him now. You know, he has a very thin face. From this picture here, you can see that the whole shape of his face has changed. He had more of a rounded kind of shape of the forehead here, but you can see how refined his features are now because just of this framing of the face. So let's look at his hair. He's had 2 procedures, total grafts on top, approximately 3,500, and we went from front all the way to the back, okay? It's always hard when you hear somebody say, I want a full head of hair. Nobody can get a full head of hair when you don't have any hair from front to back. You can get, you know, density and look good, but you'll never get a full head of hair like you had when you're 20. There are a lot of reasons for that, and we don't have time for those today, but they're discussed on my YouTube videos. So let's look at his hair. So the good thing that I love the way he's doing is he's wearing the sides short, because the sides, if you wear the sides bigger and thicker, it'll take away from the density on top. So now let's look at his density on top. He had, Neil, you didn't have any hair on top, right?
Almost none.
Almost none, okay? So I'm combing through his hair now, and I know he has decent density because I can feel the resistance in the comb, okay? This hairline was non-existent, you know, it's combing, we're combing, looks very good. He can wear any style he wants, like I'm taking it like to the back. We're taking it over like this. And a lot of times on these videos, or you see posters different places, just to enhance the look of how patients look, different, you know, enhancement products will be used. I just want to show you that he doesn't have anything. Look at my hand. If you were to rub somebody's hair that had these sprays and all these different fancy things on it, they will come off. There's nothing on my hand. This is pure au naturel, as we call it, pure Birkenstock. Birkenstock is natural. So we can take our hands and rub it through his hair. I know this feels weird for me to do this, but you know, this is his hair. Let's see, Neil, turn around, let's see the back. I mean, you can see the back here, you know. He still has a lot of density back here. You know, stand up. Neil's tall, so he used to play basketball for who? The Bulls, the Lakers? I don't know. Okay, so
They all want it.
I'm like 6'3", I don't know, what are you, 6'8", 9"? No, what are you, 6'4", 5"? 6'5"?
6'4".
6'4", okay. So we're in the same vicinity, but he's taller. So he still has a lot of density back here, okay? So we're planning on, like, tilt your head back, like he still has a little bit left here that we're gonna work on in here, okay? But turn around and face the camera. But you can see from the front here that how good this looks, you know, so, and he still has a lot of density back here. He could cut his hair really short. You know, he can have a seat now, Neil. You don't have to worry about, like a lot of people when they have a FUE, you know, that's the scar, they'll say, well, I'll never wear my hair short anyway, so I don't care about the scar. That's really, I think, short-term thinking, because a scar is a scar. If you don't have to have a scar, why get a scar? And it is not true in our hands that you can get more grafts doing FUE. We get plenty grafts. Over the long run, we can probably get 10,000 grafts out of Neil's donor, and it's still going to look good. He has 3,500 up here right now, and we've taken him from 0 to 60 in 2 seconds, you know. So, Neil, I've done a lot of talking. So, I mean, you can just tell everybody, number one, I mean, has it changed your life or how you feel about yourself, or does it look natural? What have people said? If they said, hey, have you had a hair transplant, or are you eating broccoli, or what's the tagline? What have people been saying?
A lot of people ask, how old are you? 61. They go,
You're 61?
I'm 61. And they say,
no, I did not know that. And I try not to look at the age of the patients on the chart, so I become biased as to, in my mind, what I think, you know. But I would not guess that. I would give you in your, late 40s if you said you were 50, blah, 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 but not 61.
I've had a lot of coworkers comment. They said, no, I wouldn't have taken you for 61. And I'm like, well, thanks, you're too kind. But professionally, it helps in the sense that when you converse with a client, they'll have no idea, and almost inevitably they're going to underestimate how old I really am, which is good in the sense of gaining business and gaining confidence when presenting something to a client. It's a good procedure to go through. And as I tell everybody, it's a pleasure now when I sit in the car and I actually get to feel the wind blow through my hair when I roll down the car window on a warm summer day.
I know, or you probably can't believe that you actually looked. It's like somebody who got on a diet, like say if you were 600 pounds and then you saw yourself now, you would never believe you were 600 pounds. But
Right.
you never, when you look like this, how were you feeling? Did you think you looked like this, or did you think in your mind you were doing what's called projection? You were projecting, you look more like this. I mean, did you think that you were this bald? That's what I'm asking you.
I did. It was something I was conscious of.
Okay. And how did you deal with that? I mean, did you just say I'm bald and I'm proud, or you just how did you internalize that?
I looked at it like, well, it's just a normal part of aging. What am I going to do?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I began doing some Google searching on the internet, which led to hair restoration, which led to me doing a little bit more drill down, which led me to you.
Well, good. I'm glad you came here, and I hope you are too.
I certainly am.
Okay. And his hair looks great. And of course, as we say, more hair is better, always better. Neil's going to get some more hair. We're going to do some more in the back to fill in this back. And we're also going to add a little density even to the front, Every time that I always do more hair on people, I will always thicken up this hairline to just make it even thicker. So we're going to do a little bit more, so maybe another 1,000. So he'll have 4,000 grafts up here, and then we'll show you videos from that as well. So come visit us. Come visit us in Chicago. We're right in the middle of the United States, so there's no reason that you can't catch a plane here, ride a bike, parasail, do whatever you want. But I think you should come see us. And the other thing I always say, if you really want to know how good a doctor is, you want to see a patient. And I know that's hard, but you can FaceTime people. We have people you can FaceTime, because just looking through pictures, and I used to do this too, and say, oh, this is good, this is bad. In today's world, that's meaningless. Because why? Because we have Photoshop, there are apps to make, there's apps to make him bald, there are apps to make his hair stand up to here. So you want to do things in real time. So if you have any questions, call us up. We'll be happy to answer it. But basically, the laws of hair transplantation is one thing: supply and demand. Economics 101. The supply is this, and the demand is everything else. So what makes a good surgery procedure is management of the supply versus the demand. Okay? So that's everything, supply and demand. That's all it is. Some people have lots of supply and little demand. Some people have, little supply and a lot of demand. So everybody can't get the same hair transplant. Everybody's different. So I hope you've learned something. Come see us soon. This is Dr. Yates.